Please raise your hands, those who could see a scene which had happened today or in the last few days, where I was not in my peaceful state of mind. Acha. And how many were able to see the same scene but feel that there was an option of responding in the same scene with a different vibration, a vibration of peace? Was that a possibility? And most important, if a similar scene comes up tomorrow, how many feel I have the power to respond a different way? पीछे क्या हुआ? नहीं? Do I have the power to respond a different way? Yes? 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 Hanji? Yes? Today, since morning, I have talked to 3 people who have had a similar question. And the question was, how should we live in such a complicated and confused world? And that set me thinking that why are we believing that the world is complicated and the world is confused? And this morning the sister was very sweet. She said, such a confused world. I said, Ben, where's the confusion? She said, can't you see everything is confused? And when I wake up early morning and say to myself, okay, good morning, I'm ready for the confused world and for the complicated world. And then I tap myself and say, Bichari main, I have to live in this complicated, confused world. And I have to work with such complicated, confused people. And forget work, I also have to live with some of the complicated and confused people. But it's okay, I'll manage. I've been managing all these years and I'll manage. And the first thought of a victim to start the day, it's me, the victim. Nothing wrong with me, but what to do? People around me are very complicated and confused today. And with that perception, and with that as my filter through which I see the world, I set out for the world. And when that is my lens, it's my lens through which I see the world. And when I start seeing the world through this lens which says, you are complicated, you are confused. And then what's going to happen? What's going to happen when I see the world through my lens which says the world is complicated and confused? How's the day going to be? How's the day going to be? Complicated. And then tomorrow will not be confused, it will be even more confused. And day by day, each passing day, it seems things are getting tougher. But I want a solution. But I tell myself, what can I do? The world is like this. Please pause and ask yourself one simple question. Is it the world which is complicated, or is it my thinking which has got a little complicated? Anji? Is it the world which is complicated, which I, the peaceful being, can see the complicated world? Or is it I here who's cluttered and disturbed, and through that lens, everything appears complicated? What's the truth? In Hindi, there's a very beautiful saying, and it says, उम्र भर यही गलती करते रहे, धूल थी चेहरे पर आईना साफ करते रहे. Which means all my life I just made one mistake. The stain was on my face, but I tried to keep cleaning the mirror. Because what I could see was not my face. I could only see the mirror and my reflection in my face. And because I never stopped to check, I never paused to see where's the stain, I thought the stain was out there. Because I can't see here, I can only see there. And so every time I looked at the mirror, I said, Daag hai. Daag hai. There is a stain. There's dirt. It's complicated. It's confusing. It's hurt. There's pain. There's suffering. There's turmoil. There's turbulence. That's all that I saw when I looked in the mirror at the world. And then I wanted to change the world because I started believing it's the confusion, the turmoil, the turbulence in the world which is the cause of my pain and suffering. But I want to be happy. I want to be peaceful. So I wanted the world to get healed. Because when everyone outside is fine, when every scene becomes perfect, finally I'll find my peace. I'll find my happiness. तो हम क्या करते रहे? आईना साफ करते रहे. We kept cleaning the mirror. कितने साल हो गए? कितने साल हो गए आईना साफ करते हुए? For how long have been cleaning the mirror? All my life. And how many more years can we continue doing the same? And how much time will it take to pause and check and clean the speck on my face? How much time would that take? Trying to clean the mirror? All my life. Clean the speck on my face? How much time? How much time? 1 minute. Clean the mirror? All my life? No result. Clean the speck on my face? One thought, immediate result. But I will pause to clean the speck on my face only when I know that there is a speck on my face. Otherwise, why will I do it? If I know the cause, each one of us has the power to change it. But that's provided I know the cause of my pain. Each time we created a little disturbance, we created a little pain, we created a little worry, we justified it and said, it's normal to feel like this. And friends and family endorsed it and said, obviously it's normal to feel like this. And then the world endorsed it and said, obviously it's normal to feel like this. And then someone got up and said, I never get upset. And we thought he had come from another planet. ऐसा कैसे होता है? या तो ये झूठ बोल रहा है या तो ये abnormal है. How is it possible? He or she never gets upset, never gets angry, never gets hurt. It's not possible. So we labeled it as not possible, and yet deep down inside we wanted it. Yes, we wanted it. So we want happiness, but we said the hurt and the pain and the stress is normal. Why did it become normal? Only and only because of one belief system. And that belief system is that whatever I'm feeling inside here is caused by what is happening around me. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Yes, you agree? When you sat down for 1 minute in silence and you rewind your day today and you found a scene in which you were emotionally disturbed, was there a stimulus there which had caused that disturbance? Yes or no? Yes? Someone did something. Something happened on the road. And if nothing, the traffic jam to hai hai. तो है ही है रोज का stress factor. So something had to happen outside for me to feel something inside. And the day when nothing was happening outside, I just sat down and I dug out something from the past and I started crying. Yes or no? Because we've got addicted to creating pain. We are addicted to creating pain and hurt. We are addicted to getting worried. We have to worry about something. And when we find nothing, we look for it deep, deep, deep. And if still nothing, then past mein to itna kuch hai. Koi bhi file khol lo, kya farak padta hai? And it's there. And I just have to rewind the scene. And that past could be as old as this morning. The past could be as old as few years back. The past could be as old as my childhood. And I can just sit back and I say, that day when I was 5 years old and when my friends were all at home, my dad shouted at me in front of everybody. One scene pops up on the screen of the mind from the past and my mind starts saying, they always loved my elder brother. Whatever I did for them, I was never right. Something about me they never liked. And it starts, and it starts, and it starts, one after the other. It just starts popping up, thought after thought after thought after thought. And before I realize it, tears are flowing there. And when it all happens, I say, it's because of the way my parents were 40 years back that I am crying today. Yes or no? Yes. And I can do that anytime. I can do that anytime. And each time I find that my pain is so natural. It's so genuine. It's so fair. It's so justified for me to feel that hurt because they were not right that day. And when I create that pain, not for something that's happened today or yesterday, but for something that happened even 40 years back, once again, I reaffirm over here, it is what they did because of which I was in pain that day, and even today. Even today. And when I reaffirm that it was their behavior which was the cause of my pain, I write a destiny which says, forever their behavior will be the cause of my pain. And then I write another line in my destiny which says, people's behavior is the cause of my pain. And the third line is, pain is natural because people are not always right for me. Finished. And after doing all this programming, I say, I want to be happy. I want to be peaceful. And then I don't know where to go for it. And I can travel all over the world looking for peace. Don't we travel all over the world looking for peace and happiness? Yes. I just read in the paper the other day that people were planning to go to another planet for holiday for happiness because they've traveled all over the earth. Where to go now after this? I have been everywhere, so now I need to look for another planet, maybe something more exciting there which will give me happiness. So what was innate was mine because I was not being able to create it, but I needed it. There is no soul on this planet who is not wanting happiness and peace and love. Three things: happiness, peace, and love. Does everybody want it? Yes? Does everybody want it? Yes. And what we are creating is hurt, stress, and anger. And want happiness, peace, and love. Now, important question to me myself. It's a feeling which I want to experience. Why do I want to experience happiness, peace, and love? Because I feel very nice. Weren't you feeling nice when sister was singing that song? How many were feeling nice when she was singing that song? Yes? And you know, when she was singing the song and when you were feeling nice, there was only one mistake we made. We said, I'm feeling nice because of... And even at that time, we said, it's her and her song and her beautiful voice which made me feel nice. But when I go home, the songs that I'm going to hear are not going to be as beautiful as Om Shanti Om, I'm a peaceful soul. And so when I hear a beautiful song, I'm feeling nice. And when I go home and hear different voices, different volumes, a lot of people repeated use of a little louder volume and they say, Mera आवाज ही ऐसा है, which means this is my volume. The knob, volume control knob, not working anymore. So we talk only at that volume. So I live with those kind of people at home. How can I be peaceful? And which means every time to be peaceful, I have to listen to the song Om Shanti Om. No. So each time I reaffirmed my faith, my belief system, that it was people outside who were causing my pain, and it was people outside who were giving me peace. And it was people outside who were giving me love, and there were people outside who were giving me happiness, and there were people outside who were giving me hurt. It was everything from outside in. So I stood there in front of the world and said, please be nice to me. Do we do this or no? Please be nice to me. 1 minute to प्यार से बात करो यार, please. And the people before whom we stand like this and say, please be nice to me, they look at us and they say, please you be nice to me. Yes or no? And each one wants the other one to be nice to me so that I can feel nice. And collectively, we are standing like this, asking each other to be nice to me, to be right to me, to be fair to me. Because I believe when they are nice, right, and fair to me, that day I will create peace. Now, one equation of life which we need to check. And if we feel is right, then we need to change. When people do not behave the way I want them to be, do I have the power to feel nice? When people behave the way I want them to be, feeling nice, simple, I have to do nothing. When people do not behave the way I want them to be, do I have the power to feel nice? And when people are absolutely nasty to me, do I have the power to feel nice? In this hall or tomorrow morning at home? Life is so simple. Life is so simple. because their behavior is out there. It could be one wrong word, it could be one incorrect behavior, it could be lying and cheating to me, it could be manipulating and controlling me, it could be suppressing me, exploiting me. Whatever it is, it's outside. And I have stopped using my power to be able to create a right thought in response to a wrong behavior. It's a power. Right behavior, I created a right thought. Wrong behavior, I created a wrong thought. Behaviors around me are not my way. I kept creating a wrong thought, and then I said, I need peace, I need love, I need happiness. What is peace? What is love? What is happiness? They are not different words. It is just one feeling, a right thought. That's it. A right thought is going to be peace, love, happiness. But a right thought irrespective of what's happening outside. Yes? Yes? Here is this candle. And I create a thought, क्या ज़माना आ गया, मोमबत्ती भी नकली हो गई है. I can create a thought. Who's going to stop me from creating this thought? Plastic candle with an electric bulb. Diya nakli ho gaya. Now, when I create this thought, starts a series of thoughts. It started with my thought, my ability to create a wrong thought. Even looking at such a beautiful decoration, I could create a wrong thought. आपको मिले कोई लोग जो अच्छी situations में भी गलत सोच लेते हैं? How many of you have met people who can create a wrong thought in beautiful, perfect situations like this? You met anybody? Yes? Yes? And we look at them and we say, how can you be so negative? Yeah, everything is good outside, but you manage to find something. And we look at them and we feel they are very strange. We don't know that we carry the same sanskar. To be able to create a wrong thought in a perfect situation, we know how to do it. Why am I able to create a wrong thought in a perfect situation? Because what I create inside is my choice. It's nothing to do with my situation outside. Will all of you also create the same thought कि क्या नकली मोमबत्ती है? Will you create the same thought? How many of you created a thought, what a beautiful stage? Please raise your hands. You created a thought, what a beautiful stage. Yes? How come same situation you created a thought, what a beautiful stage, and I created a thought, plastic candles? But when I created this thought, plastic candle, I didn't feel nice. I didn't feel nice. And when I didn't feel nice, I went up to Sister Diana and I said, your candles upset me today. I did that. And then I said, you were the one who chose these candles, so you upset me today. And then I didn't stop there. I said, you always like to do things which upset me. Karte ki nahi karte? You know? Since the day we have been living together, you managed to do something because you like to see me in pain. Gone is the candle. And here I am nursing the wound, and I can go on and on and on and on in life. And tomorrow, when another scene comes up, which again I don't like, and I create the same disturbance, and I go up to her, and then I also remind her, last week also you kept the plastic candles to hurt me. I do all this. I do all this But what do all of you do? Beautiful stage, beautiful candles, beautiful decoration, and you go home happy. You go home happy, but I'm going to go home in pain today. And then this pain will carry forward tomorrow, and day after, and day after, and day after. And then one day, I will suddenly leave this body. I will leave this body. But I will carry one impression here. Sister Diane always did something to hurt me. Yes. And I will enter the new costume, new family, new parents, maybe a new country. Everything would have changed. But only one thing will remain the same. Everything will change for me when I change my costume. Everything will change. Only one thing will go with me, the way I created a thought in every situation. So my pain and my suffering, which started while looking at this candle, you know to what extent it can go with me? कहाँ तक जाएगी ये मेरे साथ? कहाँ तक जाएगी ये मेरे साथ? Same situation, you created a right thought, you're happy now, you will be happy tomorrow, and you will be happy in your next lifetime. Same candle, I created a wrong thought, I'm disturbed now, I will be disturbed tomorrow, I will be disturbed every day, but most important, I will carry my disturbance with me to my next lifetime. And then when I go to my next lifetime, and I create disturbances very often, then I say, I need to get a past life regression done to see what happened to me last time. And there we are, playing with nature to find out what happened to me last time. And then I go to a therapist and he rewinds my CD and say, go to the past, go to the past, go to the past, go to the past. And I suddenly find myself on this stage in the past. And with a plastic candle in front of me. It is, it's all looking so funny now, but this is life. This is what we are doing. And then I will say, oh, it was the plastic candle in my last life which caused my pain. And I come back to my present life and say, that plastic candle was the cause of my pain. I still don't change anything. I still don't change my way of thinking. I only go and find out what had happened in the past. That will not change my present. And that will not change my future.